she's got a different presentation.
Okay. I feel like I should say, y'all ready for this? And then the music kicks in. Y'all ready for... Hi, everybody. My name is Don Wettrick, classroom teacher of many years, and now we help run Innovate Within. We're the STARTedUP Foundation. Before I get into a little bit of that, I want to explain what we do, and why we do it. Our mission is to teach students to view a lens through a life of innovation and entrepreneurship while building a life of purpose. And our vision is to build a generation with an opportunities are everywhere mindset, fueling innovation and hope for our communities, country, and the world. And I was just even talking to some parents about this. Our main objective isn't necessarily to create entrepreneurs right away, but that mindset to see a problem as an opportunity. And I cannot tell you how many employers I talk to that is what they're really jazzed about. That's what we want to see with a lot of our youth. And you're going to see a lot of that today on display for sure. Our core values, I can go over a lot of them, but at the heart is that's it. We want problem finders and then people that seek solutions. And just, I will say this on behalf of almost everyone in the state, whether it's a politician, your local mayor, your teachers, daggone it, Indiana's a great place, and we want you to also know that you could stay here. Fun fact, the average American lives 16 minutes away from their mother, and in Indiana, it's 12. That number got better at COVID. I'm going to quote somebody. I was there at a junior achievement event, and I'm stealing that from a guy, but he's like, technically, in Indiana, we like our family, so we want you to stay. And that's definitely at a core value. We want to build and grow Indiana. Really fun fact here is we now have an educator fellowship and alumni association. We actually have three teacher fellows in the room. Could you please at least wave your hands in the air, wave them around like you just don't care? Thank you, 1, 2, 3. This is fun in the sense that we keep noticing that the schools that are doing really well, it usually is a teacher that starts it and then they make it a part of their day, or in some cases they even turn it to a club. So we partnered with the Department of Education. We want to celebritize great teachers. Let me say that again. We want to celebritize great teachers because without the good teachers, this doesn't happen. So we always are looking for, new recruits each year. And so if you know of a teacher, she or he would really resonate with us, please let us know. And then also, our STARTedUP Alumni Association, the good news is it just started. It's about a year old. We can tell you more about later. But essentially, if you've made it to the regional round, you'll get an invitation. If you don't want to be a part of the Alumni Association, that's okay, no problem. But we do have a lot of really unique opportunities to get involved, because when we asked our students from the past, what would you like to see after this? And they said really cool introductions to people or access to other people that might want to fund us in the future. So without a doubt, we're trying to give you guys more travel opportunities, experiences, opportunities to meet other people. I could humble brag about where we're going to go this summer, but maybe I'll tell you more about that later. Spoiler alert, it's Italy. So this is our timeline. A lot of you guys know this. September, for a lot of you guys, kicked off. We're trying to get more schools to start earlier, because the more students start earlier and they get feedback that they're not quite doing well or they need to improve, the better. Closes out in February. We grade for a long time, and then we announce a top 10 for each region. You all represent the top 10 for each region, so you can mentally give yourself applause there. Yes. So not easy. We had just shy of 2,400 students this year. Obviously in April, this is where we're at with the regionals. May to June, we prepare for the state finals. We have a boot camp, and then June 15th, I would highly recommend, win, lose, or draw. If you're a parent, it doesn't matter, you should honestly witness the state finals. It's a lot of pomp and circumstance. Our governor is always there to give the keynote. We have people flying in this year because it has gotten a lot of attention. And this is a proud moment for us, is that this is now the biggest pitch competition for high school in the country. And we have this awesome track record of the students are going on and doing things with their business service app, et cetera, company. And then obviously June, July is our travel experiences. We're taking this year the state finalists, the top 2 finalists from every region, to Washington, D.C. We have an unbelievably packed lineup for our students in D.C. And then, like I said before, the Alumni Association, we have a an agreement with our friends there in the Italian Motor Valley where we're going to Dallara, Ferrari, Lamborghini, Pagani, Maserati, all those things that end in I. Also this year, Indiana Venture Support. I cannot tell you how much we appreciate the ecosystem of this. The fact that our not just educators, which by the way, foundationally, cannot do without them, but then we also get people like the SBDCs involved. We have the Indiana Venture Support Network. Highly recommend if you're a student, you might want to take a quick QR code snapshot of that. They're here to help. And we're dead serious that this is not a one day, I have an idea competition. We want you to know that you're on to something. And we want to continue and support that. Matter of fact, I dare say that some of the more successful pitches we've had over the years did not win. Over the long term, eventually we've had third, fourth, fifth place teams that have actually gone on, done quite well because they didn't give up after just today. Huge thanks to maybe our longest sponsor and host, University of Evansville, who has always put on it. By the way, hand of applause for them, please. Literally since day one, they've been our host here in Southern Indiana. Also this year, sponsors, scholarship sponsor, Letty School of Informatics. As always, the IEDC, the Small Business Development Centers, and Junior Achievement, and also Tech Point there in Indianapolis. Or thank you to all of our sponsors. All right, enough of me gabbing. I want you to see a little bit about the University of Evansville, and then we'll have Aaron Lewis have some opening remarks.
It's what we do here at the University of Evansville, a private comprehensive university located in southwestern Indiana. At UE, we challenge our students to act bravely and use their talents to make this world a better place. Hands-on learning is central to who we are. Here in the Schrader Family School of Business, we are especially proud of our strong academic programs, as well as our professional development opportunities that we provide. From the moment you walk in the door as a freshman, you are given hands-on assistance with resume writing, interview skills, networking, and business relationship tools, skills that are essential for you to thrive in the professional world. 100% of our students complete at least one internship, and our job and graduate school outcomes average 98%.
In engineering, we offer undergraduate programs in civil, computer, electrical, and mechanical engineering, as well as computer science. Our engineering and computer science programs, along with other programs at the University of Evansville, have small class sizes with plenty of faculty-student interaction. You'll have an average of 10 to 12 students in a classroom with you. You'll work on many team-based projects as part of your engineering courses, and our programs are heavily project-based. You'll be provided with an opportunity to spend a semester in our #1 ranked UE's own Harlaxton College in England, and you can still graduate in 4 years. University of Evansville's Center for Career Development Office hosts one of the oldest co-op programs in the nation.
Whether you're studying music, physical therapy, business, engineering, or any one of the 70 majors that we offer, you're learning valuable skills that you can apply to create a better tomorrow. We are excited to host the Innovate Within Region 1 pitch competition. State competitors below third place will receive a guaranteed academic merit and housing scholarship of at least $16,000 for 4 years. The third place winner will receive a guaranteed academic merit and housing scholarship of at least $18,000 for 4 years. The second place winner will receive a guaranteed academic merit and housing scholarship of at least $20,000 for 4 years, and UE will also offer a custom Change Lab course centered around your project or business. And finally, the first place winner will receive a guaranteed academic merit and housing scholarship of at least $22,000 for 4 years. You will also receive a $1,500 voucher to spend a semester studying abroad at Harlaxton College and a paid internship with ThoughtFire, a business transformation company headquartered in Evansville. We wish you the best of luck, and we look forward to hearing your pitch.
Okay, I'm going to show my age by saying that reminds me of like a showcase showdown when they go, and there's more. the Harlexton College thing is just incredible. Before, by the way, Aaron Luce, you can come to the stage. I just have to say this on a personal note. We've had some students that did well in this competition that came here, and the level of treatment they got. Actually, all of our hoodies were designed by one of your students, but I'm always just so impressed by just the university and the Changemaker Challenge and everything you guys do to support our students. So I hope I'm not stealing your thunder, but sincerely appreciate all that you guys do. I'll now shut up. You can go take stage.
Thank you. All right, good morning. Are you guys breathing? You doing all right? We'll be quick. I know what you're feeling. Can you see that? Thank you. All right, I just want to give a quick shout out to the Innovate Within team. They're a dream to work with, so please give them a round of applause. You work so closely with them. And to thank Jill Griffin, our Vice President of Enrollment, and Bev Brockman, our Dean of the School of Business. You'll hear from in a second. They've made this competition possible. Thank you so much for having us. Okay, I'm going to give just a little bit about why UE is doing this, why we're hosting this. And I can say a lot about UE. I'm an alum. I was here 97 to 2001. My dad's been teaching here in physics since 1984. But today I'm just going to tell you something a little bit about this. And that's the University of Evansville was just named one of only 3 in the nation promised neighborhoods, receiving a $30 million grant to do work with children in our community for the next 5 years in a transformational way. And why I am talking to you about this is because the role that you could play should you choose to come here. And this is not something that we know what it's going to look like. The change labs that we do with the kids and the teachers in the promised neighborhood are going to be determined by the kids and the teachers in the promised neighborhood. This is a drawing from a visioning session that we did. We do design thinking and vision sessions with them to determine what kind of neighborhood they want, what kind of services do they need our faculty and students to provide. They get to determine that. We work with an architect to draw the vision, and then we actually will implement it. So maybe Bosse High School will decide it wants a rooftop garden. Maybe Lincoln Elementary School will decide it wants to learn something about personal finance. And then we've got some students here who might be interested in helping them do that, right? So you would get to, if you choose UE, be a part of this regardless of what you study here. I can't stress that enough. UE, this is infused into everything we do, whether it's music therapy, physics, biology, art, theater. Any student here can lead their own change lab, which is a 4-credit class. So there are things we can't even imagine that you would think of if you choose to come here. Or you might be like Elise Talley here, who is literally saving the world by working with pollinators. Or Jack Dye, who's now here working in Change Lab on his hydration stations. You might have seen about those in the news. Or you might be like Joseph Shoup, who is a vocal performance major and helped us start a ballroom program that's turned into now summer camps, where our students go teach ballroom twice a week to kids at schools. You might help us take this, basically a bookmobile, but for innovation, out to the schools and teach them the joy of making things through prototyping and 3D printing. The wrap was designed by our own Embrace students. You might win an Edward R. Murrow, or you might be like Emmett Bowman, who helped design those sweatshirts that you all saw, who went through the Innovate Within competition, the High School Changemaker Challenge competition that we host, and he's now in my very own Change Lab, helping one of his peers design a full fashion line. So what you come up with, we don't know. I just hope you choose and challenge you to choose to come do that here. Perhaps you'll be like Robert Lopez, who was a junior at Bosse, failing the student that we met him in, AP Biology class. He's now a senior here holding down a really good GPA, and he just recently got to announce that he's going to help provide Evansville's largest green space. The material you'll see people walking and sitting on are materials he reclaimed from the church that used to sit on that site. And he recently got to announce it will also filter about 20 some odd million gallons of water. This is what he's doing for class credit. He's been working on this in Change Lab every single semester he's been here for 6 in a row, because Change Labs are repeatable and the projects change every semester. The musical swing set you see right here is from his competitor in the High School Changemaker Challenge, who was also his roommate and now a good friend. And he got to announce at his own press conference that Toyota had given $350,000 to help make this possible. What's he doing for his class right now? Trying to find the other $500,000. So his grant writing is his syllabus. So we hope that you keep that in the back of your mind as you go through this journey with our partners at Innovate Within. We're here for you the whole time. We also have a global Changemaker Challenge that you can compete in. That's open to any student in the world. It's virtual, it's free. It'll be in July, so I'll be in touch with you through our friends at Innovate Within. We are so happy to have you here. I'm here for anything you need, as many of the students in this room can attest. And I'd like to now invite up the Dean of our Schrader School of Business Administration, Dr. Beverly Brockman, who can tell you a little bit more about welcoming you to UE and how hands-on our school of business is.
Good morning. How's everybody doing? Yeah? You guys excited? Awesome. Yay! Well, first and foremost, congratulations to each and every one of you. This is just so impressive. You know, to take this initiative is amazing, and then to make it to this point is amazing. So congratulations to each and every one of you. I am 100% confident you are going to do very, very well in whatever it is that you decide to do with your future. So we're glad you're here. And I wanted to just take a couple of minutes to tell you about some of the things that we have in the Schrader School of Business that's actually part of the College of Business and Engineering as well. And so I think you've probably picked up on the fact that applied learning is a big part of what we do. And the reason why we do that is because that learning the theories that you learn in a class, the best way to learn them is to actually apply them. And then as also part of that, through that application, and I'm sure listening to Erin, some of the projects she was talking about, you learn how important it is to give back to your communities and what a difference you can make. So, you know, when I first got here and I started talking to area employers and our advisory board members, what I kept hearing from them is, we come to UE to hire leaders. You know, we're not coming here to hire an accountant. We're coming here to hire a leader. And these are the graduates, these are the new employees that we can send out to talk to salespeople. We can send them across the company to talk to different functional areas. And really, I was just picking up on the fact that their communication capabilities are phenomenal. And that's true both in business as well as engineering, as well as I'm sure across the university. But big part of that is through, again, what we do in our classes. You're working in small classrooms with one-on-one with your faculty. So all of our faculty are going to be doctorally trained. We don't have teaching assistants, and it's application-based. So by the time you get to your senior year, you are so superior in terms of how you communicate, in your teamwork capabilities, your collaboration skills. And as you probably know, your teachers have probably told you, teamwork is what it's all about in business today. You've got to be able to be part of a team. So I'll just mention a couple of things that we offer among many others, and then I will let you get on with your exciting day today. But one of the things I wanted to mention is just an example. We have a program called Lead Forward. And this is an executive level leadership program where you learn all about your own leadership capabilities, your strengths, your weaknesses. You learn about other leadership styles and how it's best to communicate with folks that work differently than you do. You develop your own individual leadership development plan, and meet with areas, the region's leaders, and work on a service project. So this goes on all year long, and by the time you walk out, you really have a great understanding of who you are and how well you work, and some of the things that you need to work on to improve, which we love that program. We have another program that's actually run through our Center for Innovation and Change called Embrace Marketing, just a phenomenal program. These students, and we have many in the Schrader School of Business that participate in this, you work as marketing consultants. You get paid as a marketing consultant to work for actual businesses. So it's a phenomenal experience. Again, many marketing students, communication students, but you also get students from all over. We have, accountants that participate and finance students that participate in that. So there's so much to learn. And then I'll just leave you with, you probably picked up on the video that career development, professional development skills, it's a big, big part of what we do. So, again, it's not just what you know from the classroom, but it's how you connect in the professional world. And so we have a program called Schrader Skills that from the time you walk in as a freshman all the way through your senior year, you're learning how to develop the professional skills, the networking, the resume writing, the mock interviews, all of those things, relationship building, but then also who you are as a person. Again, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What do you like to do? So that when you graduate, you have a much better idea of who you are and what brings you happiness and how you can connect. And through that program, then, you're not just graduating and, oh my gosh, I've got to now be part of the professional community. This is something that you develop over time. And so we help to grow our students from the moment you walk in as a freshman. So you may have met Rebecca Oates that was sitting outside at the table with some of our materials. She's our Director of Marketing Recruitment. If you miss her, please feel free to look me up. I'm on our website, and we would just love to talk to you more about the College of Business and Engineering. Thank you so much, and have a great day.
All right. Want to also welcome our judges. Quickly, you guys, there's a microphone there. Quickly introduce yourselves. Start with Chris if you want. Go ahead.
Good morning. I'm Chris Johnson. I'm the CEO of I Got Boom LLC, and I'm also entrepreneur support for Ivy Tech Community College.
Hi, Dominic Pogge, Regional Director for the Southwest Indiana Small Business Development Center.
David Watkins from the Indiana Economic Development Corporation. I oversee entrepreneurship and small business for the state of Indiana.
Emily Schuster, I'm the faculty advisor for Embrace Marketing, the program that Bev Brockman mentioned, and I'm a small business owner as well.
Awesome. As you can tell, our judges have a lot of background, and they're going to give you some awesome feedback. After each pitch, first of all, you have 6 minutes to pitch. We have someone there at the flash up signs and also say, you have 1 minute. Don't freak out, but, pick it up. Also, judges then after that, we'll have 4 minutes Q&A. Judges, we just kindly ask that if, we may have time for all 4 of you to ask questions, but if we don't, we're trying to make sure we end it at 4 minutes. And then if you don't, and by the way, students, if you don't go all 4 minutes, that's okay too. Sometimes you did such a good job presenting, they're like, everything's pretty clear, so we only have 1 or 2 questions. And then after this is over, the judges are gonna have possibly up to 30 minutes after the final presentation, and we'll be over there and eating on stuff so we can give them some time to judge. All right, this is the order. We drew, so there was no favoritism, but know your order in between each pitch. We'll also have this, but Dr. Orthopedic, you guys are up first, and then on deck is ZNM Productions. So with that, the doctor is up. Okay, good luck.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Vasquez.
And my name is Claire Deerdorf.
We're sophomores at Signature School, and we're the co-founders of Dr. Orthopedic. A couple years ago, I had to witness my father struggle every day with his orthopedic cast due to a foot injury. And with all the struggles that come with having an orthopedic cast, there was one in particular that was the worst of all. And I bet you guys can't guess what it is. It's showering.
That's right. Orthopedic casts cannot get wet because if water sinks in, it can lead to skin maceration, which is breaking down of the skin, infection, and in severe cases, surgery. But ultimately, you will end up at the doctor's office getting a new cast each time it gets wet.
This essentially makes the everyday task of taking a shower a nightmare. And let's not forget, anyone can get a cast. Children, athletes, adults, the elderly, which means that anyone can experience the difficulty of showering with a cast on. So our company, Dr. Orthopedic, provides a solution to keeping orthopedic casts dry while taking a shower. Our product is a slip-on, adjustable, and semi-stretchy cast protector that features waterproof fabric to ensure that no water can permeate through the cast. We have 2 prototypes here today, one for the foot, which is our 4th prototype for the foot, and one for the arm, which is our 1st prototype that we have made for the arm.
Our cast protectors will also feature grips on the bottom of the cast for the foot to prevent slipping.
After meeting with a cast specialty team at Orthopedic Associates, we incorporated a microfiber cloth that is on the inside, and it is used to tuck into the rim of the cast to act as an emergency barrier between the opening of the cast and water. So I can demonstrate for you guys. I have water here.
Our first product launch will be named the Cast Pal. We recognize that a larger portion of those who break bones are children and adolescents.
The Cast Pal directly targets parents and children, featuring customizable designs, colors, which engages our younger audiences and embraces confidence. We will also expand our market size to adults with larger sizes in the future, but under a different product name in order to effectively reach those older audiences.
Our biggest competitors in the market right now are DryPro and plastic bags. Generic shopping plastic bags are the most common and cheapest solution for keeping a cast dry. However, they're frequently unreliable and unsustainable to the environment.
Our second largest competitor is DryPro, a company that uses vacuum seal technology. However, many cast specialists do not recommend this product because it is very difficult to use and uncomfortable. The DryPro is also generally more expensive than our estimated price for our product.
The Cast Pal is different because we provide an easy-to-use, stretchy, and a high-quality solution, all for an affordable price. The Cast Pal is different from competitors because we will feature colors and patterns that will set us apart. We are planning to collaborate with orthopedic offices to test our product, and the end goal is to sell in retail stores such as Walgreens and Walmart.
In early March, we met with a team at Orthopedic Associates to discuss our products and gain feedback. We learned how a cast is made, how they are applied, and the medical aspect behind keeping your cast dry. This distinguishes us from our competitors because we have greater knowledge about casts in general. We would like to continue to meet with Orthopedic Associates to gain the quality feedback that we need, and it will also establish credibility with our customers.
Additionally, we have begun our patent research process with our SBDC advisors and plan to heavily focus on our trademarks and patents in the summer. In the early stages of our face idea, we conducted a small research survey regarding people's experiences with orthopedic cast. We ultimately found that the majority of people struggled keeping their cast dry while using generic plastic shopping bags.
Moving on, let's talk numbers. Here we can see the price it cost and the materials that we used to make our prototype for the foot here. It ended up being $18.95. Next, we researched how much it would cost to buy these materials in bulk, assuming we were to make 1,000 cast protectors. This would end up being $9.86. After consulting with our SBDC advisors, they estimated that our cost of labor would be no greater than 30%, and this would cover any other indirect costs. So this is incorporated into our cost, which brings a total to $21.85. We would like to sell our product at $44.99, which is cheaper or at the same price as our Dry Pro competitors, and our estimated profit margin is 51.4%.
By late May, we plan to, oh, sorry.
Now looking at market size, go back. Now looking at market size, Looking at market size, there is an estimated 24.9 million pediatric patients that experience a fracture rate per year, and this market is even greater when in combination with the adult population.
We plan to officially launch by late October and finalize our application for the patent by late May. Sorry. Along with this, we're developing a fully functioning website in which, initially, and I'm so sorry, and
You did really, really well, and you had to go first. So just know that's never easy. So I had a question around the distribution. You talked specifically about retail stores. Have you explored the B2B, business-to-business type avenue? So you talked to an orthopedic group. Is that an option where they could sell your product, or at the very least recommend it to their clients that they're seeing?
So we have been talking with our SPDC advisors, and the initial goal was to sell in those retail stores because we kind of wanted to go big. But we don't have any like finalized distribution agreements or anything like that. But the goal with Orthopedic Associates was that they could test our product, but they also expressed some feelings that they would want to sell our product in their actual offices as well once we get it finalized.
That's a really good opportunity.
Thank you. So with the $1,000 prize money, this would go towards saving some money for that distribution agreement, but also currently we would like to use it for subscriptions such as Google Workspace. So that's getting a formal business email, that's getting a website to just start formally working as a business.
The products that you're going to offer for the foot and arm, can you talk a little bit more about why you chose those two as your initial offerings?
So the majority of people who are getting cast are children, and it's very difficult to get your child to shower, especially with the cast on. So we thought we would target them first. That's our initial targeting, and our product will include a varying range of sizes for those children as well. Thank you.
thank you.
All right, up next, ZNM Productions, and then on deck, Music Makers. Fun request. As I was bouncing around the room, I set my cell phone maybe on a table. So if there's like, hey, there's a cell phone here that is somebody's, it's mine. You could also sell it on the market, I guess, if you know how to unlock it. Does anybody have a cell phone sitting on their table? Go right ahead. Actually, Kevin, could you call my cell phone? Oh, it's right here. Thank you. It's been found. Thank you. ZNM Productions up next.
Hi, my name is Zayden.
My name is Mathis.
I am the money manager of ZNM Promotions, also the co-founder of it.
And I'm the graphic designer of ZNM Promotions.
Now, our problem is a lot of schools have the most basic kinds of spirit wear, a t-shirt. Now, you get infinite amounts of t-shirts, and you never wear all your t-shirts. You're never going to wear them all. Plus, We want to have something more unique and something special that you will have and that you could use in your everyday, daily lives.
So our solution is we're going to help promote schools by giving them unique spiritware other than just T-shirts. For example, we were going to give them teddy bears, bumper stickers. We were also planning on giving them pens and water bottles, just whatever they can use, and some other items that could help them out in, say, their everyday school life.
Now, our prototype is going to be this teddy bear right there. Now, what we want to do is we want to add in a logo that'll have what school we are going to do. First, we're going to have our soft launch at New Tech Institute, which is our own school. Now, we want to have a small little T-shirt on the white spots that'll have NTI with our logo of an airplane, which is the Thunderbolt, which was used in World War I. Now, that was or World War II. That was our plan. Now, we also want to start going outward to different schools such as North, Castle, and maybe Memorial.
So our competitors and alternatives. So the only real competitor, at least right now in our school that we are in, is our teacher, Ms. Schaefer, who sells spiritware for our school. And we're going to be a little bit different than her by, of course, selling, other than just, T-shirts, we're going to sell, as I already mentioned, pens, pencils, water bottles, teddy bears, pretty much anything that that can draw students in and get them to want to buy some more unique spiritware.
Now, our unfair advantage. Because they're only selling T-shirts and we will have a way more variety of it, then we have a higher advantage. Plus, we're planning on going to like our student council and seeing if they could help us promote it by wearing our by using our products to make other students see that they are using it, so they will have the idea of seeing that, wow, our most important people at our schools, our student council, are using this, so maybe we should too.
So our cost and revenue. So for a cost for the products, we will buy to promote, and people will buy it will be the profit. So right here, the pens, that's supposed to have a dollar. I think it's supposed to have a dollar sign in front of it. That's the quantity, and then we have the teddy bears. This is all for to how many we're going to buy to begin with, and then the cost to make is right under it. And then the selling price is how much we're going to sell for it, and of course the total income is how much we're spending altogether.
Yep. So the total income will be how much we make per product off of the sales. Those are our estimated sell prices for quality or quantity. That's how many we think we are going to sell, and that we are estimating to sell through our surveys. Which is so. As we've already said, we're going to be targeting high school students. That is where our customer segment is. We're also going to be targeting some teachers, but we know teachers don't really wear T-shirts and a lot of the spiritware at school, so we're mainly targeting students, which is why we're going to target with the student council starting. We also have we're also going to be promoting to other schools such as the Memorial.
All right, our traction. So we did a couple surveys before, putting our slides together. And 90% of students want unique spiritwares from, I think we did a whole survey of the school. And then we did another survey using our prototypes, and more than 85% of students and teachers wanted more spiritware from the prototype survey.
Now, investability. So what are we going to do with the winnings monies, which is a huge part of this? So first, we're going to be spending $25 on the order forms, which is going to be for order forms so where our students can be able to buy, and we can take those order forms and get sales. We will then spend $475 on 3 new products, which we are thinking, first we are starting with the teddy bear through our prototype survey, which was the most popular. Then we're going to go pens, water bottles, and bumper stickers, which were the 3 other popular choices. Then we will spend $250 on advertisements, which is going to be our business accounts, our Facebook. We're going to spend that to put out ads and a lot of other things. Then the other 25 will be our partner income. And that is it. Thank you.
There we go, we're cooking now. Zayden and Mathis, thank you. Where do you see yourselves 3 years from now with this business?
3 years from now, we see ourselves with at least 4 schools into our idea. We're going to be trying to reach out to those 4 schools. We're in the process of it right now to reach out to First North because of how big North is. We think it's going to be a huge market to be able to boost in. Plus, I've seen the spirit where they do, and it's mainly more T-shirts and hoodies. There's nothing else like pens or pencils or water bottles.
Can you talk to me about any market research that you've done in talking to students, maybe just kind of asking them about what you're proposing and their willingness to buy that?
Yeah, so we did 2 surveys already. We did our prototype survey to see what people wanted to have as spiritware, and then our beginning survey to see if our idea even would work is what spiritware, do they see the spiritware as a good thing? Do they get bored of it? And they have been. They say that they want something more than just a T-shirt that they never wear because T-shirts, they have hundreds of them.
I'm curious in the market research if you talk to parents in addition to students and teachers. Like, you know, there could be an even broader market for the family members of a student who's on an athletic team. Every single member of the family wants to have a piece of athletic wear or wants to have a spirit wear or a water bottle, bumper sticker, etc.
We have not done that yet, but thank you because that is a great idea, and that's what we will work on when we get back.
No worries. You're welcome.
I don't have anything.
Yeah, I'll take 10% royalty on that. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, thank you guys very much. Next up, we will have music makers from Signature School, which will be followed by Cruisin' Cabs.
Hello, everyone. My name is Shreya Yellomenchli.
And I'm Aparna Kadira Kalanil.
And we are the co-founders of Music Makers.
For Shreya and I, our favorite memories from elementary school came from music class. I remember when we would all sit around in a circle playing our recorders, and it was a sense of chaos you could only find in a classroom like that one. And that's why we were so sad to learn that a lot of students don't get to experience this anymore.
According to a recent study, 1.3 million kids in the US lack access to basic music education. This is due to budgeting issues and a lack of teachers willing to teach the class, both problems that have only been worsened by the COVID-19 pandemic.
Our solution is Music Makers, which is an online subscription-based business in which schools purchase subscriptions in which they get access to instruments and an e-learning platform on which students would learn how to play these instruments. It is cheaper than employing the typical music teacher and provides a great alternative to music education.
As of now, we have a basic sales website made with 3 individual packages available for purchase. We are also in the process of contacting developers to create our e-learning platform. Our vision for this would be to be more like a game than a lesson for the students to improve engagement. With each couple of lessons, they would level up, and this would work for a variety of schools. For schools with music teachers, it can act as a supplement, and for those without, it can act as a curriculum itself.
The second part of our business would be the instruments themselves. We plan on purchasing from wholesale distributors and transporting these to our own storage unit. When the schools purchase the subscription, we will transport the instruments to the schools, and when they terminate their subscription, they will transport back only the ukuleles and boom whackers, which are 2 of the instruments that we are providing back to us. The third instrument, recorders, they will get to keep because they're not reusable.
As far as market size goes, there are 87,498 elementary schools in the US. Of these, 1,982 are in Indiana and 17 are in Evansville itself. With just these 17 schools, we would have a return on investment in 4 years.
We have 3 basic packages that we are offering to schools currently, and you can see the breakdowns up there. All these prices include shipping costs, and they all come with a 20% profit margin. All the packages come with access to our e-learning platform, and the more advanced packages comes with more lessons and more levels for the students. With the goal of 17 schools in mind, we are projecting a revenue for our first fiscal year of $9,265, which would give us the return on investment in 4 years.
With this business come many costs. Our one fixed cost is the price of developing our e-learning platform, which we estimate would be about $20,000. Our variable costs include the prices of the various instruments like recorders, boomwhackers, and ukuleles, the price for the website domain, instrument storage, and marketing per year.
There aren't a lot of businesses out there that do exactly what we are trying to do, but two similar competitors out there are Quaver Ed and Live Music Tutor. Quaver Ed basically provides an online curriculum that teaches basic music notes to elementary school students. It does not come with instruments, and unlike Live Music Tutor and Music Makers, one of its core values as a business is not affordability. Like, not to say they aren't affordable, but our core value is to be affordable to address this problem. Like us, Live Music Tutor also tries to do that by providing a tutor that sits in live with the students in the classroom at that moment, which provides the online curriculum, but they do not provide the instruments that we provide. Music Makers, on the other hand, tries to do all three things, letting us have a clear advantage against these competitors.
So far, we have contacted 17 schools with a questionnaire. This will help us determine interest, and we're using the information they gave us to customize our product to their needs. As far as our future marketing plan goes, we plan to contact schools individually and gather their interest in our product.
We have a projected timeline above. By the fall of 2023, we want to have contacted developers and have a full contract in the works for our e-learning platform. By the spring of 2024, we want to have completed the website. And by the fall 2024, which is the fall of that year, we want to have started our beta testing and have completed outreach to schools to allow us to do that. And by spring of 2025, we're projecting that beta testing and several rounds of beta testing will be done, and we'll probably be able to start selling officially to schools. In the midst of all this, we will also be doing marketing outreach to schools just to promote our business and letting them know that we are coming into existence soon.
We estimate that our business will take $30,000 to start up, which the Innovate Within prize money would go towards. We would allocate 60% to website development, as that is our biggest cost, 25% to acquiring instruments for the 17 schools, 5% our marketing skills, and then leaving 10% for miscellaneous costs.
Thank you. Questions?
I think I'll figure out a microphone eventually. So you talk about the e-learning platform. Have you considered, what about students that might lack access to like a screen that they could interact with this content on? Is there a solution for that kind of situation?
Most schools nowadays have computer labs or access to computers on their own. So this is what we're primarily focusing on because maybe we didn't explain this as clearly. So for the schools that don't have music teachers, we're offering this as an alternative to them. So instead of like a gym teacher filling in on their music class, the students would just be working on this in school themselves. For students that do have access, they'd be able to take this home and play with this as they want, but it would just be a curriculum for the schools. And the majority of schools, I feel, have the computer access readily available just to participate on this.
And for any schools that didn't have computers within the school but did have music teachers, they could use it as a supplement and assign kids lessons to do while they're at home.
Would you mind going back to your revenue or your pricing slide? So it just strikes me that even at advanced $1,000 per year is for a school that doesn't have a music teacher an astounding discount. If you think about the salary and fringe benefits of one employee, it would seem to me that if you're helping them provide music education, and this would require some market research talking to some schools here, I think most of them would jump at the chance to do that at $1,000 a year. You could double, triple, or quadruple that price and still be a significant investment for a school that doesn't cost one full FTE. So my question is, did you talk to some schools about maybe the price that they'd be willing to pay? And then secondarily, about their sales cycle, how long it takes to get something approved and then implemented in the school?
Okay, so we have reached out to all 17 elementary schools within EVSC. We haven't gotten any responses back at the moment, but we are projecting that we will, because we did send out a survey so we can see those responses. So once we do get those responses back, we'll be reaching out again with more information about our business specifically, because the survey we sent out was more about music education as a whole, and just so we can tailor our business a little bit more. In terms of their sales cycle, we haven't, but that is a good idea. We will be implementing that in our next reaching out cycle.
And as in terms of cost, the reason we kept our prices so low is because we really wanted to prioritize affordability and have that as kind of like part of our mission statement with this company. But that is a great point, and we would definitely revise our prices in the future.
And in the previous round of the competition, we hadn't done as much research as we did now. So we only had a 7% profit margin, which after doing a lot of research, we realized that we could increase it a lot. So we increased it to 20, which is still like a less compared to like the annual salary of an average music teacher being around 40,000. So we think it'll sell really well in schools, which is why we kept it at that.
You mentioned those instruments being reusable, some of them, not the recorders. I'm guessing to recycle between schools. How long do you anticipate these schools who purchase your program will keep the program? Is it something that'll cycle through, or once they're a client of yours, do you anticipate they'll stay for quite a while?
We anticipate that they'll probably stay once they are a client, because as we already mentioned, it reduces the price of music education significantly, and it doesn't involve teacher involvement as much as it would if it was just a teacher teaching the class. The students get to play this game in which they learn how to play these instruments that we provide them. So in terms of those instruments that they would return, maybe in the future, if something better comes along that hasn't occurred yet, they would return these. And in terms of that, I don't think we mentioned, but for the instruments that they would return, any damages that would happen to those instruments, they would have to pay for fully as well.
Thank you, judges. This is all the time we have for questions. Thank you so much.
All right, up next we're going to have Cruisin' Cabs from Seymour High School, and that will be followed by Pet Pep.
Hi, my name is Brianna Lawrence, and I am a junior at Seymour High School, and this is my business, Cruisin' Cabs. Have you ever found your children telling you that you need to get to practice or academic school or even practice or even to the library? We are the answer to those problems. Welcome to Cruisin' Cabs. Jump in. The problem, there is no transportation for children. Parents work early daycares don't exist. School bus hours don't vary, and sometimes public transportation is not very safe for children. The idea is to transport children at a small cost. We also provide variable times. We make it easier for families, and our main reason for the business is to help parents overall in their daily lives. Our two target markets are teens without their license and couples with young children. Some benefits of our business are we safely transport children, we have quick transportation, we care for children, we provide security, help parents, and just it's low cost. Why should you choose us, Cruisin' Cabs? Our hours vary, we are affordable, we are reliable, we are safe, and we have direct delivery. Within being reliable, we have cameras so that you can log into for your child's safety that you can look at while they're on their ride. Some competition that we have in Seymour, Indiana is BNS Transportation, which is overall a taxi, Seymour Community Schools, which is a bus, school bus, and we also have A1 Medicab, which is a taxi cab for Medicare students or patients. Some SWOT. Some of our strengths are also our weaknesses. Within our strengths, we are within county limits, we have direct pickup and drop off, we are high quality, and our hours vary. Within those, we have some weaknesses also. We drive multiple children at once, we are directed towards children. Some parents aren't very trusting of somebody else driving their child also. And we are within county limits only, so you're not able to take them to Jennings County or Columbus. They have to stay in Jackson. Some opportunities we have, we are an open target market directed towards the younger generation, so there is a wider variety of people to choose from. We also like to make one-on-one relationships with the parents and the children that will be using our system. Some of our threats, however, we have advanced car technology that is a threat. We also have higher gas prices and weather predictions that will vary based off of the time of the year, and sometimes weekly it can change. We did a parental survey of 50 kids throughout all of these ages. And as you can see, ages 9 through 15, their parents said that they would love to use our transportation system and that they would be able to take more children from place to place if they were busy with another child. Some advertisement we have Instagram posts, we have business cards, and we also have a business flyer that will be posted with our hours and our days that we will be in service. That will be posted around Seymour, Indiana, and other places. If you click on this link, you will be able to go to our website. And as you scroll down, you will be able to see about the business, prices, the parental survey, our flyer, some information about me, the creator. If you click on schedule a ride here, you are also able to pick a day, time, and a destination for your child to be picked up. Going along with that, we also to start off, we will have 1 to 2 drivers per day. We will have 1 minivan. We will have a camera and 1 website. We are in the middle of creating an app, however, so the website is the only way for you to contact us at the moment. Some driver qualities. Our drivers will have background checks. They will have their driver's license. They will be over the age of 21. This is a great part-time job, especially if you're a stay-at-home mom and you're busy waiting for your children. We also carry automobile insurance. In case of an emergency, the drivers and the parents will know the evacuation procedure, so we are able to contact you and your child if a different delivery or a pickup is in need. Prices for 1 round trip, it will be $10. A weekly package will be $25, and in the monthly package, it will come out to $50. Within that monthly package, you will get a bus card, login information for the camera, and it will just overall be cheaper, which most parents like. Some costs. Our bus cards will be $26.25 for 500, which we will buy in stock. One minivan will be $34,465, which will be paid for by a grant. And our license will come out to about $130. Along with these prices, 1 camera will cost $100, and our gas prices will be $65.25 per tank. So as many times as you fill up, you will pay that much. Startup costs, like I said on the last slide, all of these costs will come out to about $2,000.148. Our monthly costs will estimate to about $165.25, which will be split between gas and camera checkups. Some salaries and grants that we have, our drivers will be paid $12 per hour they are working. So if they are not in the middle of driving a student or a child to and from a place, then they will not be getting paid. Our grants, we will have the Grant for Growth to provide for the minivan. And our profit, we will have $2,764 annual per van after all expenses and salaries are paid. So as more vans will be added as the demand allows. Growth, I can see this as a franchise model. So in the next couple of years, if we want to sell our product to another city or sell it to another business or even join with another business, then we will be able to grow as a company. Does anyone have any questions?
Yes, good morning. Did the parents that you surveyed, did they have any concerns, if any?
The parents that I surveyed, the younger children through those first couple ages, 2 through 8 or 3 through 8, their parents were more concerned about them getting to the right place rather than a stranger taking them, which because the drivers do have background checks and they're old of age, most parents weren't worried about the person driving. They were just worried about getting them safely to the destination.
So I had a question. It's good that you have the financials up here. What assumption did you use, if you know off the top of your head, for the number of trips per an hour, per day, whatever it was that you used? Because I'm just looking, $65 for a full tank of gas, $10 per a trip. So we're talking 6.5 trips just to pay for the fuel to go into the van. So if you can kind of walk me through that, that'd be great.
So when we were figuring out the cost of these trips, we estimated that while we are picking one child up and taking it to a destination, we are also picking up other children along the way. So those rides will be included in the one hour that they are driving their child to and from a different place.
So it seems like this is a pretty big logistical operation. Have you thought about what you would do with any conflicts? So, maybe you're not able to pick someone up as promised. How does that work when you're not able to meet the client demand?
Yes, so when we are only able to pick up a few children at once, one minivan will be able to carry 7 children, I believe. So we are trying to start out, we have 1 to 2 minivans that will start, so that will be able to pick up 14. And because Jackson County is so small, on average, most children would be able to ride those 2 minivans throughout different hours of the day.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Next up, we have Team Pet Prep from Bloomington High School South, and that will be followed by a brief intermission.
Hi, I'm Jack Minion.
I'm Noah Spicer.
And I'm Nolan Risen.
And we are Team Pet Prep. When you think of a pet, what comes to mind? For many of us, pets are a source of joy and companionship. However, despite the increasing popularity of pet ownership, many families are still reluctant to get a pet because they found that their children aren't responsible enough and they're not ready for the commitments that are involved in pet care. And the truth is, they're not. Most children are on their devices with their parents continuously having to nag them to do their chores. This results in parents thinking that they will be the ones doing all the work if they get a pet. On top of that, 6.3 million pets are being returned to shelters annually. And the 2 biggest reasons for this are families failing to prepare for the responsibilities and commitments involved in pet care, and families failing to prepare for the cost of what it takes to take care of a pet. That's where Pet Prep comes in. Pet Prep is an app that teaches kids about the responsibilities and commitments that are involved in pet care. It's a trial that happens over the course of 30 days, where kids do a range of virtual tasks and real-life tasks to provide a hands-on learning experience. The majority of what kids are going to be doing are real-life physical tasks, such as physically cleaning up their room, or physically doing the dishes, or taking their phone for a walk, whether that's around the neighborhood or around their yard. Each physical task that the kid does earns them virtual money, which they have to manage. This helps kids learn about the financial side of taking care of a pet, because they have to be responsible for taking care of food, water, accessories, and vet bills. On top of that, kids have to complete a range of virtual tasks, such as learning about their pet, what it takes to take care of it, and testing their knowledge in a fun and engaging way. These are to reinforce the habits that they're learning from the real-life tasks. Let me show you how it works. When the kid first clicks on their app, they see the home page, which provides their pet, a task page, and their pet accessory page. If they click on the task page, it shows a day 1 through day 30 of what they have to complete in order to get their pet. Let's say they click on day 1, it shows a list of tasks that they have to do for that day. They can then click the done button, which sends a notification to their parent saying that they've finished the chores, which the parent can then check.
As for our competition, we have Busy Kid, Egg Baby, and then Doing It Yourself. For all 4 of these, they all hit the 4 kids quadrant of this. As for pet care, Busy Kid is more of an in-person chore, and Egg Baby is just taking care of a virtual pet. As for the real-life aspect, Busy Kid, of course, is, again, kids just doing chores. Egg Baby is not real life at all, and then Doing It Yourself. And then as for learning, doing it yourself, doing your own research, and this is where we come in. Not only are we engaging in the app, we're also getting the kids to be engaged by doing chores and outside. And doing it yourself can be sloppy, messy, and having to like write it down, do Google spreadsheets, all that stuff. Through customer research, we found that 97% of parents want a pet for their kid. They want their kids to understand the animal needs, but no parent out of that 97% could find any resources to really help with this. Also, through every kid that we interviewed, we found that all of them said that they would do more chores just to get a new pet. And also all the kids said that their parents didn't want to be doing all the work. As for our cost to build, we met with a designer, and he quoted us about $900 to work on the wireframes, which that's what we would use if we were to win today with the $1,000. He also quoted us to build a beta at about $9,500, and then to finish the entire app about $19,700. We can mainly reuse a lot from the beta that we made with him.
And in terms of revenue, we plan on hosting online pet products from pet product retailers. We'll be able to give deals through our app and through the shop in the app. We are a free app, and we will have a premium, which will include deals in our app, like I said. It'll give you in-app perks and then expert tips on training your pet. And then, of course, we'll also run ads through our app. In terms of unique value, our app will prove to your to the kids' parents that they're ready and responsible for a pet. It'll give you daily deals, and it'll give them real-world chores, which gets them out off of their phones, iPads, and doing tasks and chores. In terms of traction, we were finalists in the Crossroads Idea Competition. We've talked to multiple boys and girls clubs across Indiana and multiple cities and gotten customer research through them. We have a functional prototype app. We've partnered with a mentor through the mill in Bloomington, and we've
1 minute remaining.
And we've reached out to multiple supply partners and graphic designers.
Thank you.
So this is a program that you'd be working with kids and parents for 30 days. What kind of research have you done on habit development, and is 30 days long enough to really instill that responsibility?
Yes, so we found that if kids are constantly, like every day, if kids are doing chores, it takes about 2 weeks for most people to develop a habit. So the 30-day trial will give an extended period of time onto that.
So building on that a little bit, you know, if what you're talking about is capturing people for 30 days, and you think about the lifetime of a pet, let's call it 15 years, that 30 days is only a very small sliver of that entire lifetime. Do you have any thoughts about staying with that family in the life of that pet as well?
You definitely could do that. Like, for example, if a kid already has a dog and he's trying to convince his parents that he can take care of another dog, these parents can go in and customize the chores and what the kid is actually doing in real life. So instead of just cleaning the room and having nothing to do with an actual dog, the parents can customize that and say, the kid has to feed the dog twice a day. They have to do these sorts of things that they can then just track that through our app.
We also had the idea because we wanted kids to get ready for a new pet. So with this 30-day trial, of course, it's just to get the kid into the habit of cleaning its cage and of taking care of the pet.
So I had, in terms of your costs that you were looking at, you know, one of the big costs for apps and other types of subscription services are your cost to acquire users. So I'm curious as to how you would approach getting users to sign up for the app, to learn about it, to even know that it's available.
So we've already reached out to most shelters. So that's one way that we planned on acquiring a customer is through shelters or even through schools. Most kids have iPads in schools nowadays. So if we were able to get our app on those iPads, even if the kid doesn't want a pet, it can teach them about real life habits. So those are a few ways we could acquire a customer. Thank you.
All right, thank you, everybody. What we're going to do now is take a brief 10-minute intermission. Students, competitors, I encourage you to go back into the green room if you would like a refreshment before we move on with the rest of the pitches. After the break, we are going to have VolunTabs from the Signature School as the next presenter.
Hot coffee. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Irish coffee.
You need to preface your questions with 10% commission. Way up front.
Okay, everyone, we're going to go ahead and get started in 1 minute.
Hey, I wanted to make sure you two knew that, so we contracted with the Embrace Marketing Program.
Oh, cool.
To do some work for clients.
Oh, perfect.
I don't know if Bev was talking about a lot of different things when she was up there, but one of the things they have here is a student-run marketing agency.
Yeah,
Embrace
I caught that.
Marketing Communications.
Yeah.
And
Oh, perfect.
yeah, so like it was a really cool pairing, I think, to
great.
get them some.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like we were able to send them 10 clients over 3 months that they were able to deliver on pretty quickly too.
You're getting some student engagement.
Yeah.
Students are getting to work with real businesses. Yeah. For you, you're getting like local, stakeholder working with UE and some marketing assistance, which is 1,000% like the number one thing that most businesses need is some marketing assistance.
All right, thank you, everybody. We're going to go ahead and kick off the next round of pitches. We're going to go and start with VolunTabs from the Signature School, and that will be followed by Pure Pup from Mount Vernon High School. So VolunTabs group, if you want to come up, we'll get started.
Have any of you students ever had to complete a community service requirement, having to fill out these troublesome forms along with it? Hello, we're VolunTabs, and I'm Grayson Cook, and I'm the operations manager of our business VolunTabs.
My name is Nicole Diab, and I'm the sales manager.
And I'm Jenny Amador, the finance manager.
Nowadays, the majority of schools are beginning to require 10 to even 25 hours of community service per year, a daunting number for those struggling to schedule and keep track of their hours.
From a second perspective, it is very challenging for many volunteer local organizations to find or schedule student volunteers to provide the manpower they need to operate. As a result, it can be a very painful process to find student volunteers and to organize it for everyone.
That is where VolunTabs comes in. A platform that connects students to volunteer organizations in their community, VolunTabs filters volunteer opportunities to match students' locations and preferences. Additionally, VolunTabs' easy-to-navigate user interface reminds students of their volunteer requirements and provides them with opportunities to fulfill those hours.
To add to that, VolunTabs utilizes a check-in system to ensure that students' volunteer hours get recorded. VolunTabs would have the volunteer arrive on site, and they will check in, and the supervisor will approve their check-in, starting their volunteering time. After that, when the volunteer's time is up, the supervisor will receive a notification to be able to review their time.
To establish a better connection between the service and the corresponding schools of the student volunteers, VolunTabs records the hours worked by the volunteer. Students can then report their time back to their school. This system alleviates hundreds of hours school admins spend sorting and keeping track of student community service hours.
This record keeping also allows volunteers to get in contact with past organizations in hopes of obtaining letters of recommendation for their latter years of education. Many, especially students, know that these letters are crucial to being accepted to preferred colleges. As such, VolunTabs offers a simpler, more efficient way for students to get in contact with past managers in hopes of obtaining those recommendations.
Here is a UI prototype for the VolunTabs web application. It features tabs representing each volunteer organization, as well as a filter key where students can filter their preferences, such as the organization that offers the job duration, the location, or the category of the job. There's a calendar page where students can view their upcoming commitments, as well as a connect page where students can reach out to their organizations via their public emails.
VolunTabs intends to beta test the 8 local high schools in Evansville, Indiana, and later, upon learning and implementing, perhaps extend the program to school corporations statewide.
Despite the numerous competitors that VolunTabs might have, what distinguishes our program with the rest is the what distinguishes our program with
The integration.
is the audience that we market to.
It's all right. We can come back to that slide.
The clicker's not working. Point it to.
What?
Point it to the projector.
It's all right. We can just do it on the slide. We can flip to the next slide later on. To establish this business as a reality, we have created an online social platform advertising our business. Additionally, through connection with local high schools, VolunTabs is given a base to work off of and expand. And we intend to develop a website to mobilize our platform, making it more accessible to users around the country.
This page shows the cost. This page shows the cost of. This page shows the cost of VolunTabs. This does not include the software development cost because we realized that it would be amortized across the lifespan of VolunTabs.
On the revenue side, VolunTabs generates revenue with their subscription service offered to schools, charging $6 per student with a 5% market share across Indiana high schools, averaging 600 students each, brings in a yearly revenue of $60,000.
1 minute remaining.
$60,000 on its own. Volunteers also charges volunteer organizations $15 a month for exposure and $5 a month for individuals looking for volunteer opportunities in their community. VolunTabs is also looking to write a grant to fund the implementation.
VolunTabs is an organization that will be embraced by school corporations and volunteer organizations alike. The first plan of action for VolunTabs is to develop a web app that will then be implemented in the local community through the founders' connections to volunteer organizations. Later in January of 2024, we plan to implement the program with volunteer organizations, and by the end of the 2023-2024 school year, we plan to start testing several schools in the program and hopefully connect community service data with SIS programs schools already have in place.
Time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great job. My question is related to market research. So you talked about implementing a tool for schools, but also for students and for volunteer organizations. So have you talked to schools, volunteer organizations, or collected any type of survey feedback to inform your decision making on that?
We've talked to our community service manager at school, Mrs. Doyle, and we have several volunteer organizations laid out for contact. We have not yet contacted them, but that is in our plan.
Can you talk a little bit more about your pricing strategy and why you chose to make this a paid subscription for the host organizations that need volunteers?
Yeah, so we started charging, or we want to charge the volunteer organizations because we believe it's a fair price for the exposure they're getting. And some organizations don't even know about the opportunity of student volunteers. So just to get their jobs more exposure and have more people coming in to volunteer.
So similar to the last group that presented, and to David's point earlier, you'll do a lot of work to acquire the users that'll be benefiting from this application. Have you thought about serving them throughout the rest of their lives beyond high school as well? There's a lot of volunteer opportunities when you leave high school as well. So do you have any thoughts in mind about how you continue to serve that audience you've already captured?
Yes, we have thought about that. On our revenue stream, we have volunteering opportunities provided for not just students, but also users, like individual users who want to find access to volunteer opportunities in their community can also use our program for the $5 per month subscription opportunity.
All right, thank you very much. Next up, we are going to have Pure Pup from Mount Vernon High School.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Kyra, and this is my partner, Mally. And we're sophomores at Mount Vernon High School, and we're here today to present our brand, Pure Pup.
Pure Pup is a healthy dog treat brand.
So we started our business because of a problem we see in other brands. We are both dog owners who like to treat our dogs sometime, and we have seen that other brands contain preservatives and filler ingredients in their treats. And they also include synthetic preservatives that can cause liver damage, cancer, and other severe health issues in dogs. This leaves your dog feeling full without satisfying their nutritional needs. In Pure Pup, we offer a solution, all natural and unprocessed ingredients, and allows your dog to feel rewarded without detrimenting their health. And most ingredients have gut, liver, and stomach health benefits.
Some of the bad ingredients that our top competitors and other dog treat brands use are BHA, BHT, ethyloxyquin, nitrates and nitrites, propyl gallate, chirogenen, MSG, and sodium hexametaphosphate. Notice how all of these ingredients may be hard to pronounce, and probably none of you in here know what very many of these ingredients are or what they have, what the effects are on your body or your pet's body. And all these ingredients have risks, and some of them include higher risk of diabetes, liver failure, reproductive issues, high risk of cancer, and low blood sugar. All of these are very bad for your pet and can lead them to having a shorter lifespan, which is never good.
In our Pure Pup dog treats, we contain pumpkin, peanut butter, eggs, oats, whole wheat flour, spinach, zucchini, and carrots. Notice how you know what all these things are, you can pronounce them, and you'd most likely put all of that into your own body. So that just shows how it's more healthy for your pet because you would put that into your own body.
Our top competitors that we have found are Nestle, which one of their top brands are their Purina's Beneful products, and they were actually sued for containing harmful ingredients, and these ingredients include propylene glycol and mycotoxins, which also, again, you can't really pronounce these, nor do you probably know what these are. And many pet owners also claim their dogs to be sick after eating this food, which is never good. Another one of our top competitors is Mars, and you may know them as a candy bar business. And Mars Pet Care also is a business that provides pet products for dogs and other pets. And they have actually used byproducts from their candy bars, like the shells of peanuts whenever they're making peanut M&Ms, in their food for dogs, and they also use other waste from these products in their dog food, which is never good. You always want your dog to have the freshest, most nutritious ingredients in their food.
So our revenue is a rough estimation because we have not launched our business yet. So looking at our competitors and other products in our market, we have made a rough estimation. So it will cost us about $10 to produce a average size 4-ounce bag of our dog treats. This high production cost is due to the high quality ingredients we use in our treats. Because of this, we will set our price at a higher price of $15 because of our benefits, which leaves us a $5 profit, which is about a 33% profit margin.
And all of these are estimates based on research we've done of how much our ingredients are going to cost and how much labor it's going to use to produce these products. And our unique value is that our main goal for our product is to ensure the health and safety of your pets, specifically dogs. Our main goal is not to make a huge profit. We want to put your pet's needs first. And this is by providing a way to reward your dog without all the health detriments that come with regular, ordinary pet treats. Most of these dog treats have a very high percentage of filler ingredients, including grains and carbs that make your dog full, but never satisfy their actual nutritional needs. Our dog treats have minimal filler ingredients, and most of the ingredients also have health benefits and no detriments. This leaves your dog feeling full while also making sure that they are getting all their nutrition and are as healthy as possible.
1 minute remaining.
We currently do not have any customers because our business hasn't launched yet, but we are very confident that we will gain customers quickly because what we offer is needed locally and to every pet in the whole world. And this is a testament from one of our future, hopefully, customers. My dog Herb is in need of a nutritious treat.
Our investability. If we were to win the $1,000 prize money today, we would use this money to first for our startup costs because we have not yet launched our business. And after we start up our business, we'd like to use a lot of the money for marketing because we need customers in order to sell to them, so our marketing strategies can lead them to us. And we would also use a big portion of this to expand our company into making more products, not just treats for your dogs and pets to use.
Time. Thank you so much.
With all the competition you have in this beautiful world we live in, what do you all have a marketing strategy to really push the unique value proposition in mind?
So our marketing strategy, we want to start locally with selling our treats at local farmers markets. I know in the summer they have many, like the Franklin Street Market and the Market on Main. So that's where we'll get most of our customers, market there, get them long time, and then have some word of mouth. So those people that buy our products from the farmers market will go tell their friends, oh, I bought these dog treats for my dogs, and you should try them. And then they'll get their friends to come buy from us.
And hopefully by going to these farmers markets, we can make customers that will keep coming back to us and not just a one-time buyer.
I might have missed it, but did you say in here at any point whether you're actively making these treats right now?
We have not started actively making the treats yet, but we have our formula and all the prep work ready, but it's just a matter of having our resources and money to buy what we need to make the treats.
Yeah, we do have a formula and like a recipe in order to make these treats. We just haven't got a production line or anything like that yet.
Have you tried it out in your home kitchen or anything and given it to your own dogs to see how they like it?
Not done that yet.
Thanks.
I had a question on the kind of costs that you guys outlined. What goes into that $10 cost per 4-ounce bag? Is that simply the ingredients? What else goes in there?
That is the ingredient cost along with our time that we'd be putting in making the products, so the labor and everything that would go into that. And to start off our business, we were just going to start off with the two of us making these treats and selling them at local farmers markets. So that cost does not include if we were ever to hire additional employees. Thank you.
All right, Thank you very much. Next up, we are going to have Sid Studio from Columbus North High School, and that will be followed by Legal Tech.
Good morning, everyone. I'm very excited to be presenting in front of all of you today. My name is Siddhant Jain, and I'm the CEO and founder of Sid Studios, LLC. With over 4.9 billion users on social media platforms such as Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, social media is one of the fastest growing industries of the 21st century. Started in July of 2022, Sid Studios, LLC creates, manages, and promotes creative media content for businesses and individuals as a monthly based subscription service. Our team consists of myself, the CEO and founder, our two contractors, Andre Atram, our graphic designer, Jining Wang, our web developer, and our business mentor, Will Nelson, who owns a small and local business in Columbus, Indiana. As businesses and individuals hope to capitalize upon this digital revolution, they struggle with having the right resources, time, and motivation. At Sid Studios, our goal is to empower businesses and individuals to build their brand and showcase themselves across the world by digital platforms. We do so by providing services such as social media management, photography, videography, graphic design, drone media, and animations. From July to September, we were establishing our foundation. That included doing free projects, building a website, and gaining an LLC certification. In October, we picked up our first paying clients and started turning a profit. From October to March, we had over $2,000 in expenditures to build and grow our business. I'm proud to announce that we have worked with over 15 plus businesses and 100 plus individuals in the past 6 months. Short term, our goal is to increase our revenue to over $5,000 per month by July and create 5 more opportunities inside our company by August of 2023. I'm also very excited to share that we have established a physical location in Columbus, Indiana that operates as our office, headquarters, and a photo and video space. This location will allow us to open up an additional revenue stream of studio-grade photography and videography. A physical location like this will also help us build our brand and become the social media marketing agency of choice in Southern Indiana. Competitors such as photographers, videographers, and individual social media managers often struggle to scale and be sustainable. However, at Sid Studios, we operate as a monthly based subscription service. This allows us to keep our revenue stable and scale accordingly. We present custom and template plans, often ranging from $199 to $599 per month, over 80% more affordable than your average social media manager. As we continue to scale, we're looking to hire high school contractors. High schools already promote media clubs such as yearbook and photography. Hiring students straight from these clubs will allow them to perform their digital creativity and help our business as well. Within weeks, they can look to earn up to a 50% higher wage than an average retail job. On November 5th, 2022, Sid Studios gained an LLC certification, 1 month after becoming profitable. In October, we did $450 in revenue. We did $1,000 in November, $1,200 in December, $1,750 in January, dipped to $1,000 in February, but skyrocketed back to over $2,400 in March alone. Sid Studios has consistently generated revenues and profits. Over 80% of our income has come through business clients and 20% has come through individuals. By placing first in the Maverick pitch competition, we gained local credibility. We were also awarded over $3,000 that is going towards our office and physical location in Columbus, Indiana. We are quickly building our client roster, and we need more hands to meet their content demands. Winning $1,000 from the Innovate Within Regional Challenge would go towards hiring and training these high school contractors. With over 30 plus 5-star reviews on our Google landing page, we have maintained a 100% satisfaction rate throughout our customers. Customer satisfaction continues to be one of our top priorities at Sid Studios. As my presentation comes to a close, I would love to share some closing numbers with everyone. Between October and March, Sid Studios LLC generated over $7,800 in revenue with an 85% profit margin.
1 minute remaining.
I want to thank the STARTedUP Foundation and the Innovate Within Committee for providing me this opportunity to present my business. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us via these platforms. Thank you for your time.
Well, really great job. I'm intrigued by the business model. It's like College Painters 2023. And so I'm curious as to what's your pitch? If I were a small business owner and you were trying to get me as a client, what would your pitch be to me?
So we have made models. We have 3-tier plans. We have a $199 option, a $399, and a $599 option. So we basically give you a list of all the services we provide, and then you get a certain quantity of what you can pick between the 3-tier plans. So depending on the business, they can choose which tier works best for them. We have noticed that smaller businesses often choose the $199 to $399 option, but larger businesses with more employees, more revenues, often choose the $599 plan as it fits more their needs.
Thank you.
What types of businesses are you primarily trying to target?
So we haven't identified a certain niche yet. So far, we're just working with any clients that are coming our way. But we have worked with, let's go back here. We've worked with our school corporation as a one-time project. We have a monthly subscription with a hair salon, Blondies. We have a monthly subscription with Tipton. It's varying right now, but eventually we will try to focus on a niche when we're upscaling our revenues and profits.
So you will continue to work with high school contractors, but you eventually will graduate. What does turnover look like within your agency as people graduate out?
So currently, I'm looking as maybe even taking a gap year after high school to see how far I can take this. And there will be a turnover when high schoolers are graduating, but we haven't thought much about that right now. Like the 2 employees we have, they're in high school. One's a sophomore and one's a junior. So providing even 2 to 3 years of work is plenty for a short time period, and we can look to hire more talents because there's so much talent in high schoolers, and they're really affordable to hire. So that's our strategy for right now.
Just another quick question. Can you break down your monthly costs? You kind of included them in aggregate, but what goes into that?
So the $324 in transportation costs, that basically covers the gas expenses we have to maintain whenever we're traveling to shoot locations. $390, the payroll is for our 2 part-time employees, our graphic designer and our web developer. The website maintenance, domain costs, template costs, etc. And then we had one-time equipment investments. So those aren't recurring costs. Like we had to buy an $800 drone. That's a one-time investment, and it's already been paid off. We had to buy a $300 gimbal, already been paid off through all our projects. So those are one-time costs.
Thank you.
Yep.
If I had $1 million right now and there's 50 other marketing agencies here, why would I come to you?
We are definitely, well, I can't say this for sure, but we are really affordable. I think you should check out some of our work and see our expertise, where we differ from other marketing agencies. And I think you will really like the monthly marketing model, as it's really consistent. That's what we've noticed is businesses like having that consistent stream of content being produced. And we really try to make it really easy for the business owner, where they can just be laid back and just watch us make their content. We've noticed that business owners love, no one likes creating social media content. Like we've noticed that business owners don't like managing their social media accounts. So having us is really beneficial for them. So we've noticed that.
All right, up next we are going to have Legal Tech from the Signature School. This will be followed finally by FleetWise.
Hello.
You good?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Ethan Hilton.
I'm Judillo. And I'm Mun Patel.
It is an honor to be here at the Innovate Within Regional Finals. However, none of this would have been possible without us being inspired by a story. I'd like you to meet Laura. Now, Laura is a loving yet struggling single mother of two. And in September of 2018, she got into a car wreck that was not her fault, but the other driver's. Fortunately, everybody was okay, but the other driver decided to press charges and pursue legal action. Laura spent her last dollar trying to get the best lawyer she thought she could get, but this lawyer turned out to be nothing more than a handsome face and a billboard. Laura ended up tragically losing a case that she should have won with ease and entered a period of serious financial trauma after that. This should never happen. And from here on out, it won't. We'd like to introduce Legal Tech.
Using AI, we effectively match users to the best lawyers based on lawyers' abilities and user preferences.
So let's pretend that you're someone that needs a lawyer. Well, first you'd go to the Legal Tech website and get started.
Next, you provide detailed and specific information, including information on the case and personal preferences. Because our algorithm not only matches you to the most skilled lawyers, but the most skilled lawyers relative to the criteria you value the most.
And finally, you'd get paired with the 3 best lawyers for you, with the option to view other lawyers that still match your criteria, but to not as great of an extent. Using our AI algorithm, we instantly match users at no cost to them.
There's not a single company in the nation that is doing what we do.
Currently, in the world of legal ranking and matching, our competitors' methods are archaic. We are the only players in the market who are using qualitative and quantitative variables to instantly match lawyers at no cost to them while still remaining unbiased.
Now, before we move on just one thing, the difference between prospects and clients in our business. So prospects are regular people that are looking for a lawyer. These are the people that we've been talking about. They use our Legal Tech website and they pay us nothing. Our clients are law firms and attorneys, and these are people that are looking for customers, and they use Legal Tech leads, the leads that we generate off our prospects, and they pay us for them. Got it? Because although our goal is to match customers to lawyers, we're really in the leads industry.
We focus on the first 4 step of a law firm's classic inbound funnel campaign.
We take customers from strangers to sales qualified leads. So all that a law firm really has to do is just close a sale.
We create highly qualified leads. Each lead holds extensive information, allowing for law firms to have higher conversion rates, which allows us to charge more premium rates for those leads.
Legal leads are generally considered to be among one of the most profitable in the lead industry, and for good reason. Exclusive leads such as ours usually go from $200 to $1,500 per lead, depending on the legal specialization and content of the lead. And we derive these numbers from analyzing 6 prominent legal lead vendors.
Additionally, the industry average cost per click is around $6.75 through Google Search and 72 cents through the Google Display Network, i.e. Google Ads.
Questionnaire. However, most of the time they'll quit halfway. But even with partially filled out questionnaires, we can sell these leads using a progressively tiered pricing model. For example, we have the standard lead type with name, phone, email. Then we have the deluxe with everything with the standard plus additional information like address, age, sex. And finally, premium will have everything, full case details, prospect, attorney preferences, and additional information.
So this allows us to generate $10,000 in revenue with only 24 people using the product. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but this is a conservative estimate. This is assuming that 70% of the people that use our website don't even finish the questionnaire.
Well, looking at our costs, we're an extremely lean business, with our only necessities being domain and cloud hosting, where cloud hosting is going to be a bit more expensive than other companies because of the vast amounts of information flowing into our website. The rest of our costs are going to be derived from, based upon our revenue, where most of our revenue is going to be going straight into AI and software research and development.
Now, when it comes to investability, our company is extremely lean, allowing us to give outsized returns to investors. With a $1,000 investment, we put all of that into AI and software R&D. And I can confidently say right now that with $1,000 and a little bit of sweat equity, we can create and publish a fully functional first version website that we can start to generate cash flow. And once again, using the exact same conservative estimates, we only need 2.5 website users to recoup that 1,000.
We also have a very actionable roadmap with steps for growth, with our main and most important goals being launching our website and having 15 law firms on our lead retainer, which isn't too difficult because we've talked with multiple law firms and they've expressed direct interest into our information-dense leads.
Ever since we came up with the idea in the Signature School cafeteria, legal tech has been a labor of
1 minute remaining.
We've sent out over 200 cold emails with a 12% meeting rate. At this point, we're just getting spread by word of mouth, and we still get more requests to meet than we physically have time for. And we're in constant, ongoing contact with many lawyers from several law firms who've expressed direct interest, and have also given us some really invaluable insight in actually developing our AI algorithm.
Additionally, we're formally operating as a business under the name Legal Tech LLC, and we've competed in the Nexus Pitch Competition, where we've received dozens of positive feedback on our business idea.
We already have a functioning AI plus web scraper that we're currently iterating on and a full website UI prototype. And thank you to these individuals and organizations for providing us with invaluable insight throughout this whole process.
Thank you.
So I have a very limited understanding of AI, so correct me if anything I'm saying here is wrong, but I think I read in your executive summary that you're scraping the web for, or I heard you say you're scraping the web for reviews and whatnot, but I think you made the point in your executive summary that a lot of those reviews are unreliable. So can you talk a little bit about how some of the technical aspect of this is working and how you're overcoming challenges within AI?
Yeah, so the web scraper, so we want to find objective information about lawyers with the web scraper. So there's public records that have the case duration. We can calculate dismissal rate through these, how many clients they have. So we don't web scrape the actual reviews. We actually web scrape objective statistics that we can use to match the best lawyers.
And the unique thing about our matching algorithm is that we look at both quantitative and qualitative variables. As to my knowledge, there's not a single company in the entire nation that has attempted to do it quantitatively. And yeah, the way we do it is we look at public records, and we go through and we look at patterns. These public records, we can see every single motion filed, every single little court document that gets sent through these things. And using an AI web scraper, because we say AI, but there's really two AIs. One is an AI web scraper that looks for specific things, and then the second AI is actual matching algorithm. And so this is a lot more reliable than peer reviews, for example, where you'll look at these websites, and most of our competitors, you go to their websites and you'll see like 1 review 5 stars, or 0 reviews. And
just to piggyback, one of our competitors, Legal Match, you put in all the information, and they say maybe in like two days or 2 weeks we'll give you a lawyer. You know, we do it instantaneously.
So I had a question kind of related to the marketing side. So you had a $2,000 marketing budget, I think, as a cost line item. So kind of same question that we've asked in a couple different ways. How do you plan to utilize that to go about acquiring users?
So at first, a lot of our sales are going to be mainly through going to these meetings. We have a really high meeting rate, and a lot of lawyers and law firms are really interested in actually using our information-dense leads. So when it comes to actually just in the area, I believe that we can spread purely word of mouth or just going to them and pitching to them. But as we expand, we need to get obviously more inbound, prospects coming to us. So we're not doing we're not doing marketing to our clients. We're doing marketing to get people to the website.
Do you have a sense of how you're going to go about getting those prospects?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've looked through Google Search GDN. Google Search, we're just do some SEO optimization, etc. And then when it comes to like actual physical ads, We have a couple mock-ups of ads, basically, some call to action like, hey, do you need a lawyer? Click here kind of ads.
Besides funding, what's the biggest barrier you all see from taking this business to the next level?
Honestly, so far, it's looking pretty linear. Our biggest barrier right now that we need to tackle imminently is actually developing this AI. We have a functional AI, but really refining it so that we know that we're matching people with the best lawyer with no problems is really what we're trying to focus on right now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you guys very much. Finally, we're going to have FleetWise from the Academy of Science and Entrepreneurship.
Hi there, my name is Peyton Chitwood. I'm a senior at the Academy of Science and Entrepreneurship, and I'm the founder of FleetWise. So in June of 2021, I began driving on my own for the first time, and I got my first truck. And in doing so, I quickly started tracking my fuel consumption and my maintenance logs and service history in a spreadsheet just to see my expenses, mostly for fun. But this passion project of mine really opened my eyes and showed me the importance of understanding the tools that we use every single day, such as our cars, and that learning more about these can often be very difficult or inaccessible to most people. For example, there's a lot of challenges that come with vehicle maintenance, such as fueling up can be definitely very bank breaking. Repairs can definitely be very unexpected and come out of nowhere, and that can get expensive very quickly. Now, I believe in making things last, and so this can help. This is a way that we can help reduce waste and save money for everyone in the long run. To further illustrate the point of maintenance, the average age of vehicles in America is over 12 years old, and so it's very important to have an understanding of what is going on with your vehicle, to understand how you're spending on it and how you're taking care of it. My solution is a user-friendly application for managing your vehicle maintenance, fuel economy, and other vehicle analytics all in one place. It would be multi-platform accessible, available on both web and mobile devices. These are some mock-ups I've generated. Users would be able to manage all their vehicles in one place. They would have access to sharing features with other users as well. They'd be able to conveniently record their fuel consumption and mileage, as well as their maintenance history and services, as well as get analytics on all of this information on all their vehicles. So we know the features, but how do these impact the user base? For individuals, they would have a simplified vehicle maintenance process. They would be able to help improve their fuel efficiency with these analytics and data that they contribute to their own vehicle. It can help them overall provide them with a sense of peace of mind for their vehicle automotive endeavors. For individuals and freelancers, like contractors, for example, these are people who, say, do delivery drivers. This is important for them because they would have easily logging of mileage and other expenses for tax purposes. For writing those off, they'd be able to do this quickly and accurately because they're always on the go, so they want to always be sure they're doing these quickly and accurately. And as for, there's also some commercial use cases as well. They'd be able to collaborate with the managers, the drivers, and the people who service the vehicles all in one place to provide companies with further transparency into their automotive expenses and those endeavors with their vehicles. As for some cost structure here, we're looking at a progressively tiered subscription approach. A user will be able to choose what feature set works best for them. And these go towards funding some of our costs. Some of our costs include marketing and advertisement, as well as an overhead fund and insurance, specifically cyber liability, to ensure the stability of those online operations, as well as research and development. Some of these variable costs also include website and database hosting, as well as the maintenance that goes with those as well, and other subscriptions that are used towards developing the application as well. As for unique value, there are definitely a lot of applications that look to solve similar problems to what we're looking at, but they can definitely be very limited in scope as to what they can do and their capabilities. For example, Everlance is an application that is used for for tracking business miles and those tax expenses for your vehicle, but doesn't do much outside of that. The app, simply titled Vehicle Maintenance Tracker, is great for individuals who want to track specifically the service history of one vehicle for one user. There's very little collaborative effort there. For example, Fleet.io, it is business specific only and does not offer any use cases for an individual person. FleetWise aims to bridge this gap between all of these different use cases and bring all of these users together. There's a lot of value in understanding the car that you drive every single day and rely on, and so we want to make that available for everyone across the board, whether you're an individual or you're a business. As for traction, I'm currently in the planning stage for website development as well as database infrastructure. Nothing is live yet, but I'm definitely working on putting together that as well as MVP prototyping. I've connected my original spreadsheet that I've made to a Google App Sheet to work on over time to kind of show myself what kind of a demonstration.
1 minute remaining.
What kind of demonstration that would look like. And so those are currently in the works right now. If I had $1,000 at my disposal from this competition, it would go towards first developing a database infrastructure and maintaining that. From there, you can build a website and mobile application off of the database, as those all work together. I'd be developing it for iOS and Android as well, and so it would be available on any device that can connect to the internet, essentially. And thank you.
Really good job presenting. I'm intrigued by the idea. The car I drove down here from Indianapolis today has a pouch in the center console with a spreadsheet in it that I write things on. So I'm intrigued. But what kind of market research have you done in terms of the businesses or personals?
There hasn't been any formal market research conducted. I haven't sent out mass surveys to anyone yet. However, the people that I've talked to, whether it be in my area, they all seem to agree. Everyone I know drives a car, and they have different use cases. So the average commuter may want to see the mileage that they are getting on their way to work. And I've got a lot of friends, including myself, who work on our own vehicles, and we've all said that it would be very useful in tracking parts and inventory for things like that, because when you don't have those shop invoices when you work on work with yourself.
So you're capturing a lot of data here, right? And I think a lot of times when we think about data and the technology that's coming out, especially with AI, there are things you can do with that data, right? So what are your plans, or what do you have in mind for leveraging the data that you're collecting?
Absolutely. There's a lot of different avenues that you can take this. As you grow up in scale with something like this, we would never want to be accessing individuals' information, because that's a very big privacy concern. However, it would be very interesting to allow users to opt in to essentially aggregate data contribution. So, for example, if you have 1,000 or 10,000 people that all have Ford Rangers, for example, they can contribute to giving averages of mileages and service histories at certain mileages, and understanding, contributing to an overall outlook on what kind of services are needed at what times, or the mileages that they're getting. And that could also be further expanding. This opens up a whole revenue of different business models, from contributing to other data sets and talking with other organizations about what we can do with all of this data on all these different vehicles.
Students and teachers, we're going to ask you to stay back here. Moms, dads, aunts, uncles, participations like everybody else. And by the way, when I mean students that are participating today. Everybody else can take a break. We're going to get the pictures taken of the finalists and some teachers as well. If you guys can be back at 12:15. Feel free, though, that there's some swag from Evansville and us. Also, is the STARTedUP information. And there's a State of Indiana Entrepreneurship Yearbook where they feature some of the best entrepreneurs in the country, in the state. And there's like 4 or 5 former students in there that are in the yearbook. So make sure you grab that as well. Other than that, you've got till 12:15. We'll reconvene then. Thank you. No. It's gonna say ways like that. Yeah. Probably shouldn't. Okay. First team. I was actually gonna probably wait until after but yeah, I probably should have crossed my mind. Two teams, one, or that one guy and that girl. All right. Doctor. Is it doctor or Mr.? It's doctor. It's doctor.
Reiterate that. Do you have this breakdown? Yes.
Is everybody in? Awesome. You know, like when you watch those singing competitions and they're like, and the winner is, we'll be right back. I hate that. So I'm going to announce the winners. But before we do that, see, that was the joke. All right, thank you. No. So I do want to announce the two teams. Before we do that, we'd like to remind you that the state finals is on June 15th. We'll have a thing up here first. But I'd also like to introduce Marcia Forston, President of Southwest Indiana Junior Achievement. She wanted to say a few words on behalf of JA. Are you here? Almost. Okay. Well, then, if again, want to remind you, June 15th is our state finals. Right there. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Kevin. QR code. And before I'm going to have David Watkins announce the two teams. This year we made a decision to not have a first and second, but two regional winners because we're going to send 10 teams to state, which also, quite frankly, there's a lot of improvement and there's a lot of different pivots that we can make in between now and June 15th. So Mr. Watkins will be announcing the two finalists. Before I say that, and this is almost cliche, and I almost hate to say it, although I've talked to a lot of you individually, in my humble opinion, and I even think that some of the former contestants will agree to this, the win was that you're here. And I know that sounds cliche, like all of us are winners. No, we're not. But you're in the top 10, and that means you're a part of the Alumni Association. That if you had some friends that didn't quite make the top 10 and they're juniors or sophomores, like the amount of opportunities we're starting to get is incredible. And so I whether you came in first or 10th, in my humble opinion, it's not going to matter. What I do is want you to be engaged, which means answering your emails. We don't do Snapchat, kids. But joke number two for both of them didn't hit. Yeah, I know. All right. But seriously, though, check your emails because we will have some updates and some things with the Alumni Association. And we want to provide incentives because we want you to not see this as a one-day pitch competition, but to an entry point into you seeing a problem as an opportunity and coming up with solutions. So with that, Mr. David Watkins, can you make the announcement, please?
Man, look at this. All right. Well, like Don said, really congratulations to all of the teams. As was mentioned, you are the top 10 for a wide swath of the state. There are a lot of you that have very, very, very bright futures in this competition, but then also just in any type of opportunity you have, whether it's where you go to college or what vocation or a career you choose. I think all of us as judges thought, wow, like these are the people who, if we were hiring, we would be looking to hire these people, not just for their business services, but just as outstanding individuals who can get up on a stage and can pitch to a group of people, who can talk in front of people, who can go into explaining their costs and their revenues and their profit margins. There's a lot of people in this room who probably weren't thinking about profit margins in high school. So you're well ahead of the curve in that regard. So certainly on behalf of the judges, on behalf of the state of Indiana, Indiana Economic Development Corporation, we're really excited to announce the two teams from Region 1, which will be going on to the state finals in Indianapolis. The first being Dr. Orthopedic. Congratulations. And the second team going on to the state finals in Indianapolis, representing Region 1, is Legal Tech. Congratulations. Alrighty, we're going to stick around a little bit. If you have any questions, he's also got the rubrics as well if you want to take a look at those. But I sincerely want everyone to leave here today that, like, literally every idea, like, you're in the top 10 for a reason. Please continue it. And if we can help, actually, we expect to help. It's why the Alumni Association exists. Because the only thing I love about a competition, everything gets better. If you'd have been at this competition 5 years ago, no offense to it, everybody, this keeps getting better. It's the thing I love about competition. The thing I hate about the competition is that some person right now is like, oh man, I didn't win, I guess. No, like, please keep moving forward. Please realize that we may have not have understood your market as well, or maybe you are just a couple of breaks away. It is so important that you not only have, maybe keep moving forward, but also have that mindset. Keep listening to people complain. Keep wanting to build solutions for other people. I sincerely am so proud of all of you. I just really am. So anyway, we'll stick around, take any questions. But other than that, thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you.